It's no surprise becoming a UX designer and getting into tech sucks right now. With these layoffs and the rise of AI and hiring freezes, this job market feels more challenging than ever before. So today, we're gonna go over, is UX design still a good career in 2024? Okay, so if you know even a little bit about tech right now, you know it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. And I wanted to make this video because we are halfway through the year right now, right in the smack middle of June. And I wanted to kind of just think back of like, okay, halfway through 2024, where are we at with UX design? So it's no surprise the industry is ever evolving and changing. The UX market is not what it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. You know, we've seen a downturn in job postings. I was looking at an article from UX Design Institute, which is a really great resource actually. And I think there was like a downturn of job postings of about 71% in UX design postings and openings, which is alarming. Okay. That's a shocking number, but you have to factor in that was taking the COVID years and the post-COVID years. And there's obviously the large scale and currently still ongoing for some areas, layoffs in what I would consider like the traditional tech sector, your FAANG companies, your Googles, your Apples, your Metas, all that kind of stuff. As well as like the rise of AI and that kind of being like, is that going to throw UX design in a flux? Like there's just so many things happening right now. Growth has definitely slowed a little bit in those postings, like I mentioned. And then obviously the rise of boot camps and courses as well. I see such a need and importance in these courses that you can avoid that student loan debt. And I love that the courses get you into something that you're interested in and have applicable skills. But I think it's creating a lot of entry level designers, and there's not in that crop of entry-level designers, it's still difficult for hiring managers to find quality candidates. I say all that to say, and I come back to the question, is UX UI a good career in 2024? My answer is still yes, with a few caveats though. This is not 2017 where you can just waltz in and get any UX design job. Like, no. The stakes are higher and the standards are way higher. You know, this field is booming with opportunities, but it's also competitive. So you have to put your best foot forward. You know, and to talk about like the AI chatter is obviously a big one. AI is going to take over our jobs. I don't know. When I was first hearing about the rise of AI and stuff, I was like, yeah, but not exactly. Because let's be real. AI cannot mimic human creativity and that strategic design thinking. Until a robot can do that, then I'll be worried. But currently, as it is, it's not going to happen. UX design is not just about the aesthetics of something. It involves understanding a user's behavior, strategically planning that, going through the design thinking process, and just a lot of creative problem solving, which are areas that I feel like AI still has a long way to go. So I'm not shaking in my boots. And when it comes to the job market, I think personally, the market is trying to stabilize itself. We saw the crazy boom of COVID pandemic hiring, the frenzy, all of that. And now we're seeing such a harsh downturn because you kind of have to get back to equilibrium, I guess is the way I'm trying to phrase this. You can't have all of these skyrocketing hiring motions and then you're going to have a downturn just like a stock, just like the economy, until it stabilizes itself. Once the market does stabilize, you don't want to be like, okay, let me now get into UX design. No. Now is the time to start. Here we are in the middle of 2024. Now is the time to start because by the time things do balance back out, you don't want to be 10 steps behind. You want to be like, great, I have my portfolio. I've gone through my courses. I'm ready to apply. I'm ready to get that job. So you don't want to be left behind when things finally start to balance back out. There is still a demand for UX designers, but there is a demand for good quality, exceptional designers. Like the bare minimum, I slapped my portfolio together is not going to cut it. Like you are not going to get seen by hiring managers if you don't step it up, which I know is really a pain, but this is just where we're at. And if you want it badly enough, you're going to take the steps to get there. What I would recommend for you guys right now, a few things. One of them being to update your skill set wherever you're at in your UX journey, whether you're just getting started, you're finishing your boot camp, you're applying, like wherever you're at, you can always keep working on your skills. The resource I'd highly recommend you guys is Ship Faster UI. This is from Designership, and this is the Figma UI kit and design system. Obviously, we know Figma is king. If you're in UX design, you're using Figma. And so what this Ship Faster kit is, a comprehensive design system that includes everything that you would need to create really high quality interfaces quickly and efficiently. The whole thing is you want to be able to ship your designs out faster. It's pre-designed components, templates, style guides. It really saves you time by offering ready-made, professional-grade frameworks for your design. So it can boost that productivity and efficiency and really let you focus on more of the creative aspects of being a designer versus like, okay, let me build this button component 16 times. Like this will save you a lot of that work rather than like the repetitive setup tasks. Like I can't even tell you how annoying it is to set up my Figma file every single time. This helps you just meet deadlines faster and really ensure that all your work is coming across really professional, because that is the key to stand out in this UX job market. Check out the link in my description and use the code StephanieM10 to get 10% off this kit. And then something I think is hugely important is to apply for jobs outside of traditional tech. So in this article I was telling you guys about, this UX Design Institute, it talked about 3 growing sectors for UX design, and those are finance, medical tech, government, and civil service. Okay, maybe not the sexiest, government and civil service, but they are the ones that are actually understanding that, wow, we really need UX design. Think about how many like kind of janky government websites there are. Like when you're going to pay a parking ticket, that website could use a little bit of help. You know what I mean? We're seeing a shift in some of these other industries that weren't traditionally focused on UX. So that could be a really great kind of cheat code of everybody's applying to the FANGs. But if you are applying to your local government's UX design position, you're probably at a better chance. Same with in finance. Like there's so many, I'm not just talking about like fintech, but just things like the finance industry that could use a little help. That could be investment firms and like asset management, insurance companies. God, do the insurance companies need some help? Credit unions, like any of these places that are really looking to modernize themselves and give users a better experience could be a great way to find a niche that other people might not be thinking about. And I mentioned those 3, but also some other ones I think about a lot are healthcare, anything food related, as well as the construction industries. Think of anything that's really like archaic that could use a little facelift, and there might be a UX job for you there. So summing it all up, UX UI design is still a good career in 2024 and beyond. But only if you are willing to put in a ton of work, which is never exciting, doesn't sound great, but if UX is really what you're interested in, then now is the time to get into it. Because I think when people see that there's so much competition that they'll want to take a step back, no, that is when you strike and that is when you get into it. So hopefully this video has given you some insight, some facts, a little bit of hope and belief. Don't forget to check out the UI kit I was telling you about. Use the code StephanieM10 to get 10% off Designer Ship's Ship Faster UI kit. A little bit of a mouthful there. If this video has made you interested in what a UX designer does on a day-to-day, check out this video here where I show you the day in the life as a UX designer.